And a very good evening to you all from the United Kingdom. My name's Colin and I am covering for Michael this evening. He's away, so we've got a really packed room tonight. I'd just like to say good evening to you all. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you again. It's been quite a while since I've been here. Now, time differences, ladies and gents, before we kick off, we were clever enough over in the UK to put the clocks back last week. Okay, and that blew everything as far as times went with yourselves. So it's actually 8 o'clock over here in the UK. I'm joining you an hour earlier than I normally would. Now, the other thing that has come to my attention is my computer is at UK time. I am not changing it. Okay, yeah, 1 p.m. where you are. Whereabouts are you, Ken? You must be a long way away. So it's 7 hours. 7 hours difference. Phoenix, Arizona, yeah. It's normally 5 hours with most of our customers, but then we get them, I've got people over in Australia. Wow. So this is a better time for me in the evening. It's normally, I think, 4 p.m. in the afternoon that Michael joins you all. Yeah, so here, let's kick off, shall we? Luch, can you hear me okay? You shift to mountain time on Sunday. Yeah, and that's when I go back to my normal time of doing the room. You'll be pleased to know that we had another good week in the room this week. Go over some of the trades. Particularly difficult week. It's FOMC week this week, and but time cycle markers still held up. And yeah, shall we kick off? We've got loads in this room. I wish you'd all come into my room. I've got a good chunk of you, but I want to see you all in there and get a Discord channel going. I need more of you in there to have Discord. You see, post the trades. Okay, well, here we go. It's 8 minutes past 8. I will start in 2 minutes, and we'll have a look at the TachEon warp. Okay, sounds very Star Trek-ish to me, but that's fantastic. All right, we'll start in just a second. Great, thanks for that, Luch. And do you still use the flux? I've still got the flux, but obviously we've moved over to NT8 now. I don't know if the flux ever worked on NT8. May well have done. Okay, that's a shame. Well, let's see if we can get you fully warped, shall we, Luch? And I hope that David's in the room. Maybe you need to have a chat with him and get back online. It'd be good to have you in the room. Make you help make you profitable, make some money with these investments. Right, back to the future trading. Okay, TachEon warp, the power of predictive trading technology. Now I've forgotten how to use this. It's been so long since I've done it. Been so long since I've done it. Back to the Future Trading are the only company online that gives you the times and directions in advance. Okay, we give you the trading rules, and we give you the setups for the future, and then 2 days later we come back and we add them all up and we see if we've passed or failed. Now, Michael sent you an email a few days ago with times and predictions. Because of the time difference, guys, and because you're all in time differences, you've got that in front of you. Okay, you've got that email. I am just going to go through charts with you. Okay, and what I want you to do is slightly different to the way Michael does it. I want you just to type in what you want to see. I'll tell you if I've got that particular chart, and we'll look at what you guys want to look at. So, Charles, you're new in the room. What do you trade? And the rest of you can start typing vigorously what you want to look at tonight. I'm going to start with Charles when he tells me what he wants to look at. Keith, hello, how you doing? Keith's on gold and crude. Come on, the rest of you, get those fingers going. ES, Mariana, great, okay. Charles? Jeffrey, MES, MNQ, yep, that's fabulous. Charles, NQ, Charles is my favorite man. He's an NQ guy. I love the NQ. And do you know what? Michael, who's in here, taking this room, owner of this company, he loves the NQ. Okay, so we will have a good look at that as well. Anybody else got any other? Does anybody trade the YM? Anybody trade the YM or Bitcoin or anything like that? No, 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 no. Okay. Thomas, can't help you with those. I haven't got them. I haven't got the data feed for those. No. Okay. Well, maybe. What does that mean, Chris? What are you saying yes to? Fantastic. I know that Michael will be able to do that. He can connect to that. But you trade the YM. Good, good. So we'll have a look at all these guys. Okay. Have you all got your emails as well? Because you need to take your hours off the numbers that you'll see on my chart. Because obviously I'm in the UK, and then you can marry them up accordingly. Okay. That's great, Luch. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm keeping it nice and simple tonight, Luch. I'm not going into patterns as such, but what I will do is you can see this. Anybody, you all got access to this, okay? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Histograms. All right, you can see this was done back in 2017. It hasn't changed, okay? Hasn't changed. It takes you through all the patterns, okay, all the setups bit by bit by bit, so you know what you're looking for, what you're looking at. All right, now for tonight I'm going to look at it on a simple basis of with trend, okay, but I will also talk you through how I trade it in the room. So just going back to, you've seen this time and time again, to Marcus de Soite, the big mathematician, who said that his big thesis is that although the world looks messy and chaotic, if you translate it into the world of numbers and shapes, patterns emerge and you start to understand why things are the way they are. Okay, we gave you an email a couple of days ago. Let's look at some charts, ladies and gents. Let's look at some charts. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, can you all see my crude oil 60-minute chart? Yep, good. Okay, how does that look to you guys? This is a 60-minute chart. We don't trade off this, do we? We don't trade off a 60-minute chart. Let's just have a look. Look at this. It's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. We start at the open. First signal going back to the 23rd of October. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Would we have taken that? No. Why not? It's not with trend. The trend would have been up at that time. I would have waited until we had a bar closing below there. Okay. If I took this bar below there down to the next signal, let's have a look. Okay. Let's be conservative. We'll take it down to the close there. Wow. One contract, guys. $2,800. One contract, 280 ticks. At 4 o'clock, I'm working on the basis of putting stops behind these lines, okay? So as good as this is, your stop would have had to be up here. All right. The next selling signal with trend comes in at 10 o'clock. Okay. This one gave another 1770. I am sure that you would have at least got your stops to break even. But who would have left $1,770 on the table to watch this suck back up? Any of you? I wouldn't. That's not a loser in my eyes, okay? If anybody lost money on this trade, you need to have a rethink about how you trade. All right, we get stops to break even, we take the risk out of it. You'd have taken a little bit of heat on that, but you should certainly not have been stopped out. Okay, next one, 5 o'clock in the 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, stop would have been up here, so you'd have had a big stop, $1,000, $1,200. Okay, into the 8 o'clock signal, $840. These are just the with trend ones. 12 o'clock, midday, below the EMA, close of the bar, down to 5 o'clock in the morning, $2,000. Okay, next selling one, 11 o'clock. Well, if you'd have taken it on the close of this candle, you'd have taken a stop for about $350 probably. Okay, but I would hope that as you saw that price could not close above this line, this little blue line, the open price line, okay, you would recognize that it was testing the EMA, closing below, trying again, closing below, and you'd have eventually got the short to take you down to at least there. Okay, let's be conservative. To at least 4 o'clock, $1,000. All right, you may have taken one loss. So a lot of you don't trade the hourly. Okay, same works the other way. Trend is up. We'll make this quick. Okay, Now, here's a little trick. Okay, you see a selling bar like this against the trend, selling bar to selling time, you're likely to get a pushback up. For the sake of these rules, I will stick to them and I will take it here. Okay, $600, $700 into there, that little move there. Okay, I'm going to move that, guys, because otherwise, let's pop it in there. $690. Next one with trend. Well, it's going to be a tough one, that. You should have got to break even at least, but there was $480 available before the 2 o'clock candle closed. Let's say you got 250 out of it. Okay. 4 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't have taken it. Next one with trend is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, going up to 1 o'clock. Okay, that's $2,000, guys. That's too well. Or best, let's be conservative. Let's say 1,800. Okay. Yes, it is, Mariana. It's the 120. Midnight, I'm not trading. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm not trading. I'm pretty sure you guys aren't. And then we move into the following day. Now, regarding around the open, I would certainly be on a smaller time frame. Okay, but just to show you that it works on all time frames, let's have a quick look at the YM on the 3 minute. I'll just move back to the 1st of November, which was yesterday. Let's go back to Monday. I think I've got Monday on there. 31st of October. Okay, we're not going to start until 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me take you through how I approach this, okay? And it may help you. This is the European time, okay? And what I do is I'm looking at this little candle here. See it? Let's do it to there. That gives you the top and the bottom of the 3 minute opening range. Okay, that is the 7 o'clock in the morning candle. Now you lot are in bed because it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I get that. This principle works on all sessions. You can do it on a 1 minute, you can do it on a 3 minute. And the reason I do this is to let the market get underway. And you can take a breakout trade, one tick either side. Okay. You can see that at 7 o'clock, there's your 7 o'clock, she burst up towards the 703. Okay. But what it does as well is it gives you a bias as to trend, as to strength. Of course, if it comes down through it and reverses, which sometimes happens, but you might want to try it because it's normally good for a few ticks. I do it on a 30-second or a 1 minute chart. We're going with trend. Okay, price goes up, pulls back into our first signal at 7:42 in the morning. Now that's very, very close to the UK open at 8 o'clock. All right. We get much better moves on some of the other ones, but for the sake of this, if I was to take the 742, my stop would be below this opening range. Okay, that's where it would be, not slightly below the dot. You can clearly see why I do that, because what do? They come down and they test the top of the opening range, and you'd be stopped out. All right, these are just little things that I've learned to do over the years that I've been doing this. 742, you've got to buy. You're still in a buying zone. All right, you can take it from here. Let's take it from here. See what happens. Okay, we're going up to 824. All right, that is one contract. That's all. 35 ticks. Not huge bucks, but if you trade more contracts, it soon increases. All right. 921 is the next signal. Okay, 921. You can see there is a possibility that you'd have got stopped out. You'd have lost what you gained. All right, you'd be $10 up. Use these lines wisely, guys. Okay. Look how they run the stops. They do it on the. I didn't realize the YM was quite as bad as this, but it closes back above, giving you another opportunity to get long. And you should have got at least $400 out of that. Let's say 300. All right. Again, with trend 1054. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. 1054 into 1115. Little winner for 130. Okay. Now, a lot of this I am selective over in my own trading. Reasons being because I'm looking for times of day as well. But for the sake of this, let's just stick to doing these with trend. So we've taken that off there. Okay. We're not taking the against the trend ones at the moment. So on this one, you'd have been stopped out for minus, call it 200. Okay, minus 200. Somebody keeping a tally here, are they? That's a minus. I need to mark that up. So let's mark that up with a loss. Okay. What have we got so far since the open? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and 4 have been winners. So that's 170, 275, 290, 3, 700, $800, 820, 620 just for the morning. Okay, just for the morning, $620. Okay, that's your morning session. Coming into the afternoon. Don't trade the lunchtime. Let's get the open out the way. There's 2:30. In fact, got to be really careful. It's 1:30 at the moment. Okay, got to be really careful with this. So let the open happen. 1324 to 1336. You know, it's going to be whippy, guys. Sit on the sidelines. Sit on the sidelines. Ladies and gents, I'll come back to your questions at the end, okay? Excuse me. So, we're below the EMA, okay, 1442. What have we got there? We've got a buying bar, okay, quite possibly going to get stopped out on this one. So, yeah, that would have taken us out. Okay, the furthest I would have put it would have been behind the EMA. Even I would have been too close for this one because I wouldn't have gone, well, I'm not going to sit here and say I'd have put it above this swing. I don't like taking that level of a loss. So let's take it on the chin. It's a $300 loss, okay? We are 15.18 down to, well, you might squeeze a couple of $100 out of that, guys. If we did it to the close of this bar at 15.36, we would have lost $60. Okay, so we'll keep it the way it should be. There are little nuances in this game. In particular, we have buying bars at buying times. We tend to hold on to them because they tend to give us a pushback down. But for the sake of this exercise, we're going signal to signal. Okay, I'm still in the, I just want to check and make sure I haven't got this wrong. Come here. No, that's fine. We haven't got a signal there. That's fine. That's fine. So we've taken, what did we take on that? I can't remember what we said. We took a $70 loss. There we go. Okay, we're still in the buying cycle. We still need to be buying this back up to 16.48. Where are we going to get in? Well, for the sake of this, we'll do it to there, up to the next signal. We've got $225 back. Okay. With trend, very small little gain. That would have been a scratch. Okay, you'd have got your stop to break even as it pushed up, and then it came back. It would have stopped you out. So no win, no loss. Go away. Okay, that would have just been a nothing. That's a nothing. 18.57. I wouldn't be trading this time of day. So let's quickly notch this up. This is a little bit late for me in the day, but that's a winner. 225 minus 80. And did we take the hit there? Was that a hit? Let's have a look. What did we do? 230. That was a hit, wasn't it? For 300. So 225, 305. So those, you know, we're up 5. So we made nothing in the afternoon on that. Made 620 for, call it $600 for the day on the YM. Okay. Let's have a look at crude. A lot more of you trade crude. This is on the 5-minute chart. Okay. Just need to go back a couple of days. I hope you're looking at the signals that were sent to you and matching them up with the times that I'm looking at here. You should have an email with times like this, but obviously these will be in your local, in Michael's time zone. So this is the 31st of October. Let's put a line in there, nice vertical line. There we go. Okay, I'd be coming to the party. Round about 7 o'clock. And I would be doing this. I would be saying, okay, where's my line tool? Here's my 6:45. There's my 7 o'clock 5-minute signal. I would be doing this on a smaller time frame. Okay. So there's your high, there's your low. Okay. Personally, I would not take any shorts on a breakout straight against an EMA. All right, it's just not a clever thing to do. You don't know that this is going to bust through there until it does. All right, so I would be flat there. Yes, it was a winner, but I wouldn't trade it. I'm not counting it unless you want to. You want to count it? Well, we'll take it. We'll take it down to there. It's 250 quid, possibly even 300. Let's go back. Let's say 250. Okay. trend would be down then. I wouldn't take the 755. It's too close to the UK Open, and you can see it all gets a little bit whippy here. We're above the trend. Trend is white now. Next signal is 940. Okay, we're having to wait a bit for this. 940. Well, you could have squeezed 400. Let's say we got 250 out of it. Okay, there's 500. Now, we've got a lot of choppiness going on. The 1125 signal is a valid one once it's back above the EMA. Your choice in this sort of chop, whether or not you want to take this sort of signal, but it shows the accuracy. It would have given you something. All right, you could have got another $250 out of that. This is probably a Monday, I think. Is it the 31st? And Mondays in the morning are very quiet over here, so I wouldn't be holding these for breakout trades or anything like that. If you had held this to the 12:30 signal, you'd have lost money. All right. I'm not assuming that anybody is daft enough to let this go against them. I'm not going to count it for $250, but I'm not going to put it as a loser. That is a scratch trade, okay? It is not fair to assume that these are not, you know, they require a bit of common sense, okay? Here, we wouldn't have taken this signal at 1240 because the trend was white, okay? And you can see why. We're in lunchtime. Look at what it's doing. Bing, bing. Look, you don't want all this, okay? 2 o'clock signal. It's a good one, but we're not taking it. Why not? Because it's below the trend, okay? Now, the next 5-minute signal on crude oil doesn't come until 3:30. Okay, crude, your stop would have had to be up here. So if a 450 stop is too rich for you, you don't take the trade. But had you held it down to 1655, you'd have made $420 at least. Okay. I wouldn't be trading at these times of day. I don't know how many of you would. I'm not going to push it through the night. 420, scratch, 520, 620, 680, 780, 880, 930 on crude oil. Okay. Let's move it into the 1st of November. 5:10 in the morning, 7:30. Where's my 7 o'clock candle? 7 o'clock is here. Just here, right on the EMA, guys. Okay. I probably wouldn't even bother with a candle like that that's on the EMA marking up the high and the low, but let's, for the sake of what I did before, let's do it anyway. Okay, you can see why I do this. It's useful. Okay, it's very, very useful for bias. Not only have you got the EMA, you've got the accuracy of the first 5-minute candle. Okay, so trend is up. We don't take the 730. We're still holding, even when the blue comes in here, we're still holding above the low of the opening range 5 minutes from 7 o'clock. Okay, at 8 o'clock, we've got a similar range, and so it's just ricocheting up and down between the two. We don't know which way it's going to go yet, but what we do know is that we're still above Europe's opening range. Okay, and whilst we know that, there is hope that at 9:05 we're going up. Now, The bar closed as a buying bar at a buying time. Would I buy that on the close? Not on your Nelly. Okay. Quite often on buying bars at buying times and selling bars at selling times, we get a pullback down. Okay. It's not until we get a close above this open price line that I am free to enter. The signal is now inverted, and I can take this up to $400. Okay, I wouldn't let myself get slammed back down here. You wouldn't lose, but you know, I would consider myself pretty fortunate to get $400 the other side. Yeah, sure, I'd miss that, but you can always re-enter because this is the beginning of a trend, these sort of breaks of structure. You get a change of character, break of structure, back it comes and up we go again. I mean, you can hold this whole thing and it was worth over $1,500. Imagine if you were taking 2 or 3 contracts. Okay, when you start to see these breaks of structure and changes of character in the trend, then you want to be holding them. But for the sake of this, signal to signal, I'm taking $400 off this one. You could argue the toss with me that we should have held it. Fine, we only made 70, but I know the way that I trade, and I would hope that you guys would understand that this is 10 o'clock in the morning, it's UK time. We're not likely to get this sort of move, in the morning. We did, but you can always re-enter. Okay, I trade evaluations as well. I have to take the money off the table. Okay, 40 ticks is worth taking off the table. 1035 selling signal, wouldn't take it. The trend is up. Okay, we are inverted again. All right, price is closed above. What's it doing now? It's going sideways. What are we coming into? We're coming into a buying time. We have another buying bar at a buying time. We get a pullback. Okay, I wouldn't normally enter at the close of a buying bar at a buying time. For the sake of this, we will. We take a little winner, $300 up to here. Okay, that takes us into lunchtime. So that's $700. Okay, crude in the morning. Let's see what happens in the afternoon. 2:15, just after the open, but it's before the New York open. I don't trade until the New York has opened. If you guys do, this is why I don't trade. Okay, it becomes quite tricky. What are you getting here? You're getting lower highs. Okay, lower highs to this. Come into a selling signal at 2:45, wouldn't take it because the trend is still up. Okay, it's not until 15:35 that you get a change of trend. Okay, use some common sense. You're just above an open price line. Quite often price is just coming down to run stops, to test the open price line. Okay, it's a selling bar at selling time. You may get one more bar down. It may run away with itself, but you're more than likely going to get a pull back up. Okay, let's take it as per your stop would have to be up here. Can you risk $570? That's the risk on a 5 minute. Wow, 57 ticks. 60 ticks, that's huge. Had you done that, well, you'd have made 270. I hope that you would have been out with 700 or 550, If you're risking 6, you want to be making 6. It gave you 75, 80. All right. Again, wouldn't take the I'm not going to take all of that off the table. but I'm certainly going to take 500 of it, guys. All right, my stop as this started going my way would have been trailing from there to the top of there to the top of there. Okay. And I'd have felt quite fortunate having taken some heat to take that off. Okay, 1705 is not my signal. 1830 I wouldn't have been trading. Okay, so we've got 5, 8, 1200 for the day. $1,200. Not bad, eh? So that is on crude 5 minute. CL5. What did I say? $1,200. That's on the 5 minute. Bom, 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 bom. Drawing tools. Where's my text? $1,200. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody want to shout at me and saying this isn't? Am I using the ruler to look at these trades? I am using this. It's another ruler that I've got. The reason I'm doing it is because it shows the money. Okay. You all right with that, Larry? It shows the money. I can add it up nice and quick. All right. Good. Any questions so far? Shall I move on? We've done enough of crude. I do have crude on a 3 minute. Who wants to look at the NQ? Let's have a look at the NQ. NQ 1 minute. Oh, dearie me. Right, let's go back a bit. Let us go back. NQ on a 1 minute. The whippy one that Ron doesn't like, which I'm slowly converting him to. Let's see. What have we got? 820. Let's go up to, come on. Take so slow. 410, 3 o'clock, 240. Come on. 120. 2nd of November. Who wants to look at FOMC day as well? Shall we? Let's do that. Okay, so that should be 1st of November. I'll be starting. You would think on FOMC day it's going to mess us up completely, wouldn't you? So 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Let's see, Europe's opening 7 o'clock. You're all in bed. No signal at 7 o'clock. Market pulls down. Okay, I'd have put my little opening range here. So the bias is kind of down at the moment because there's my opening. Sorry, here's my opening range. Just stick it on here. Okay, stick it on here. You can take the breakout as a little trade. Sometimes you get follow through, sometimes you don't. I probably wouldn't have taken it. It's too early in the morning for me, but it sets the precedence for me. Okay, we're going down into 8 o'clock. All right, there's no signals that I'd be taking around here really. It's all kind of corrective and mucking around a bit. Had I taken it, we'd have had one stop out there, okay? One stop out. My experience, ladies and gents, tells me price is likely to come and retest the EMA. All right. But we are looking for, we know that the bias is down, okay, from the opening range at the top here. So I'd be selling only. So if we're waiting to get below the EMA, your first opportunity to sell would really be here if you were that aggressive in the morning. All right. Having seen this happen, I wouldn't take this at 7.19, but I'll leave it as $120 loss, and we'll move on. 7.32 is valid until 8.06. Just because this happens, okay, just because this happens does not mean you cannot re-enter. So if you'd have been unlucky enough to take this here and get stopped out for another $120 loss, let's make it 130, because now we're down 250. Okay, you're still in a selling cycle. When you get your close below on the second, you can still sell it right down here. All right, now at the close of that candle, when the 806 kicks in, you're $450 up. All right, you've had to eat $250 here, but you made it back here. Okay, you're now selling only. Okay, close of that candle, down to the next one. Another, okay, let's do it at the top of the candle. Another, I'm going to keep the figures easy, guys. Another $300. Okay. Sells and sells only. We're below the EMA. Okay. Not a lot on this one. $75. $80. But that's not bad. You know, you're $280 up. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, 9 o'clock in the morning comes along. We're selling again at the close of this candle, selling down to 920, $245. Okay, 934. Now this one gets a bit tricky. We're right on top of an open price line here, and then it bursts below it. Okay, if we are selling after you've had an impulse leg back up like this, an ABCD retracement in effect, highly likely we're going to at least get a retest of this. But for the sake of this, if you are happy to take a $200 risk and hold this trade, you'd have made $45 by the time you came into a buying signal. All right. Had you held it a little bit longer, you'd have made a little bit more. But for the sake of this, $45. Okay, another sell signal. Now, be very careful around 10:30 time. Get a change of direction more often than not. The clue is what? What's the clue? What is the clue? Okay, what have we got here? We've got a higher low, haven't we? Okay. What's the time? 10:28. All right. Higher low, price is pushing up. There's your last signal. It's around the time of day in the morning when we get a change of a break of structure and a change of character. Okay. And sure enough, we do. Had we taken this trade at the close there, we would have lost, I don't know, probably $150. Okay, so that's 150 down. Let's go from the morning. What are we up to? So 120, 250. Those were both losers. Okay, so we're down 250. We're up 450. So that's plus 200, plus 500, plus 580, 680, 780, 825, 830, 870, 770, 720. Call it plus 700 so far. Okay, this is on the NQ, guys, in the morning. One contract. Okay. Oh, hang on a second. Just bear with me a second. Yeah, no, it's one contract. That's fine. See, look, if I go like that, see the amount change. You see it? 11 contracts. Okay, it automatically changes with the amount of contracts. So we're plus 720. Now we're moving into 1046. We're above the EMA. It's going to be a scratch trade, this one, really, guys. We'd have been entering 1046. Stop would have had to be around the, well, definitely 150. Probably come to, you know, this sort of level, few ticks. It's a whippy chart, this, the NQ is. So you got to be risking 160 to 200 bucks to stay in this. Eventually, you'd have gone as high as 95 bucks. Ladies and gents, let me tell you, if I'd have held this, I'd have been out for a scratch, okay? If I'd have held this until the time cycle marker, I'd have lost 65 quid, $65. So I think on this basis, we will stick to losing $65, okay? So that's 720. Now we've got to start taking these off, okay? 1120, we wouldn't take it. Next signal is 1146. Coming into lunchtime, I don't trade these. We'll have a look at them. I don't do them because it's lunchtime. And you've only got 3 minutes between 1146 and 1149. There's not much point, guys. I wouldn't take the 1149. Trend is still down. Okay. Let's move to the other side of lunchtime. There are signals here. You could have made some money. I'm not trading. I don't think many of you do. Let's move on. 1301. There's crude open. Okay. 1:30 is New York open. All gets a little bit whippy here. You can see quite clearly there's two signals during lunchtime, just end of lunchtime, that I'm not counting, both of which were winners. Okay, but I'm being realistic about this. We have to have our lunch. Okay, 12:20, 13. There's no real signals here until 13:46 to take you up to 13:52. Wow, $500 there, guys. Let's be conservative, 450. All right. 1401, close of that candle. Stop has to go down here. That is a big stop, guys. All right. You may take the view, quite rightly, that your stop needs to be the other side of the EMA. I would not disagree with that. What I would say is it's probably too rich for me. Take $1,000 stop. Could I handle a 675? Well, for these purposes, let's say yes, we could. Your risk there is $700. Your reward is $175. To the next signal. Well, is what it is. $180. However, when you see price do this, okay, tries once, tries twice, it cannot get through it. But what we do know is that the trend It's trying to bust to new highs. And as soon as it has done, you can jump on board. Okay, that is an inverted signal, and you can take it up to the next signal, which is at 1430. All right. Nice trade, ladies and gents. 750. Okay. 1448. Enter there. Risk has got to be $400 there, guys. Got to be $400. $20 to the next. You might take the view that you're going to hold on to this. I'm putting this down as a scratch trade, guys. Okay, that would have been a break-even trade or a very, very small winner or very small loss in my books. But what I would ask you to look at when you use Warp is the time between markers. Look at this, 4 minutes. Okay, we're holding from a buy here with our stop down here. We're coming into 1458. Yes, it could roll over. What is the trend doing? Trend is up. What is price doing? Price is trying to push down. It's trying to push down, but it can't. We're coming into 3 o'clock. We're coming into 1502. We're likely to get another push up. Okay. And you can see quite easily what is developing here. Let me just get this out of the way. Okay. What's developing here, guys? In front of your eyes. Okay. What have we got here? Look at that. Right into the 1508 signal. What have you got? You've got a head and shoulders. You want more confirmation? So when I see this happening, I am looking to do this in the room. This is what I do in the room. Jeffrey, if you haven't seen me do this yet, you will see me do it. Swing high to swing low. I am looking for 75%. It's not a fib number, but look how well it works. Okay. I'm not counting it today in the room. This is what in this room, this is what I do in the trading room. I would take that 3 o'clock signal. I would sell it. Okay. That's just me. Some people wouldn't because it's against the trend, but I would. I'm not counting it for the sake of this. 1515. Well, that would have been a stop. You'd have lost 500. Keep the figures nice and round. 500 on that one. 1533. Would have entered on the close at 1533. Risk would have been $400. Reward 350. Okay. 1545. Now, personally, I wouldn't take the 1556 because you're 10 o'clock in the morning or 10:30 in the morning is the same as ours over here. We start to see a change of direction, potentially. We've already had the head and shoulders. We've already had the push down. Okay, on the larger time frames, if you take your fib levels, you'll start seeing this come in. Okay, look at the level. Look where it's coming into. 50%, almost a 618. Okay, the 50%'s holding. It's the change of time during the day. Okay, I'm very skeptical of these times. They make good reversal times. So, you know, let's see what happens here. 1556, that would have been a full stop. pretty much, I think. Well, your risk would have been 300. You might have got out for a scratch. I'm not going to count it as a loss, guys. It's not fair to. But if you were in the room with me, I would tell you why I'm staying out of that trade. Okay. EMA is flattening out a bit. I wouldn't be taking the sells because we're still above, but this is a transitioning time. Okay. So I think really that's it. That's the sort of times that I trade. So nothing there. That one, was that a winner or was that a loser? That was plus 350. Right, so we're down 150, so minus 150. Ignore that one. Minus 150. So that's 780, 680, 630. We're up. 730, 780. 820, 1220. Don't trade the lunchtime. 1220. Was that a loser or a winner? 1220. 1270, 1370. I'll leave that one out. 1370. 1470, 1570. Call it $1,600, guys. There's more than that here, but I don't expect you to be trading these times. That's $1,600 on NQ. Okay. What do you think to that? Bearing in mind you've got to pay commissions as well. Okay, that is just covering. Jeff, are you in the room next week? We'll do it next week in the trading room, okay? Thomas, I can't. I'm doing this on a different computer, my friend. I do it with Michael's charts, not with mine. It's different, I'm afraid. So not easy. We did, I can tell you how much we did. We did just short of 2,500. The first day prior to FOMC, I got a scratch day, $32. Okay, it was green. We didn't lose. It was a tough day. Yesterday, which was FOMC day, we did just over, just under $1,300. Today, what did we do today? Oh, we should have done nearly 1,500 today, but in the end, I did just under 1,100. So, you know, not the greatest week. 2.5 grand. What's the wow for, Luch? Come in the room, my friend. Come in the room. It's a great place to be. We've got a fantastic crowd in there. So yeah, Jeffrey, I'll do that for you next week. Just remind me when you come in, and you know, it'd be great to see you again. It's been good having you on board. It'd be lovely to have you on board as well, Luch. Sometimes, you know, we've had some cracking weeks recently, but I'll tell you, 3 months ago, I went through 2 really tough weeks, 3 actually, 3 really, really tough weeks, and it was kind of knocking my confidence. But I think that's to be expected. My credentials, I am not boasting. It's just how it is, and I tell it how it is. I have been doing this for Ron now for just over a year, and we've had 3, possibly 4 losing weeks. Not massive losing weeks. Generally speaking, we are between 2 and 5 grand for the 3 days. The best week ever is just short of 7. Okay, I trade ES, NQ, and crude oil. I'll be honest with you, I don't enjoy crude oil she tends to give, and then just takes it all back. But you know, there's other techniques to trading. I can't trade 3 indices at the same time. No. 3 minute and 5 minute, David. We start at 1 o'clock my time, normally open for the analysis around about 1:30 my time, and we go on for 2:30 through the open, 3:30, 4:30, so 3 hours for 3 days. You get nine hours a week, which 27 hours a month. Is that right? Is that right? Four nines? No, 36 hours a month for $200. That's not bad, is it? My aim is to make you back your subscription at least every day. Okay, so if you're paying $200 into the bin, I expect to make you, with what we're doing in the room, at least the same. US markets, Lowell, US markets. You guys are fast asleep during that time. Hey, let's move on. We're way over time, and I'm sure David wants to come and chat to you all. I don't even know where he is, but there you go. So, is there anything else that you guys want to look at? We've done the NQ. We haven't done the ES yet. Do you want to have a quick look at the 3-minute ES? See what's been going on there. Okay, see what happened. If we just move back a couple of days, you've all got your email. So I'll do the last couple of days. I marked the yellow lines so I know where I'm starting. Tricky days, 4:30 in the morning. We'll start from the UK session. Okay, with trend, very quickly, 703. Your risk would have been $150. Your reward, I would hope you get $150. Okay, next trend trade. I wouldn't take this one, guys. Okay, not a big blast out like that at 9:12. It's a buying bar, buying time. You start to see it's having problems going higher. No, I mean, look, what have we got there? 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. It's gone nowhere. I'd be out of that for a scratch. Okay, that's a scratch trade, not. I would not take a full loss on it. I'll tell you that now. Neither should you. 11:21. Well, market gave 262. If you went to the next signal, you would be losing $50. I would hope that that would be a scratch trade, because if you see it coming back down, your stops should be at break even. All right. Once the market's moved up, a couple of bars, get your stops to break even. 13:12. So nothing really in the morning on the ES, all right, which is not unusual. I don't trade the ES in the European or UK session. 13:12. It's lunchtime. I wouldn't be trading it, but for the sake of this, I'm going to take it because it's a biggie. But let's do it. Let's do it to the 14. Okay. If I've got $1,000, guys, I'm taking that off the table at 2 o'clock. I'm sure you would be as well. Yep. Thank you, Luch. Thank you. All right. Moving into the open. Can't take the 14.45. We're below the EMA. 15.36. Well, you can take it up here if you want, guys, but it's not good price action. Any more than that is good price action to sell. The EMA's flat. Okay, we want to see movement, and we do get days like this. It's buy the lows, sell the highs. But for the sake of this presentation, that one there would have been a loser. If we'd have sold this here, 15.30 down to 15.36, we would have lost, well, probably $400. Okay, is what it is. There are days like this. This is FOMC day, I think. If we had taken this one, well, your stop's got to be $800. Okay, do you really want to be buying there? If you did, you would have made some money, about $50. Okay, there. It's good to see this actually. It was a tough day. There are tough times. 1648, can't take it until it's back above the EMA. Can't take that. We're coming into a sell signal. Okay, it's also, you know, lunchtime your end. So that's a pretty terrible afternoon. $60 minus 400. So call that minus 350. Call it 300. 300 plus 850. Okay. If you took that during the lunch hour, if you didn't, you're down 300 and nothing in the morning. So not good on the 3-minute there. Okay. That was 30th of October. That was Monday. Let's move to, oh, that says 31st of October as well. Hang on. What's going on here? What is going on here? Right, 1st of November. Let's get to 8 o'clock in the morning. See what's happening. 8 o'clock in the morning. What have we got? 7 o'clock, 7:15. Nothing around the Europe open, but again, high and low, that'll give you your bias. All right, that's the opening range. Okay, that little candle there, this little white candle there, mark the high, mark the low. Whichever way it breaks out is your bias for the new session, certainly until London goes on. You know, you can see it comes down a bit, comes back and retests that level, and then rolls over. So, you know, that's the way I deal with these new sessions. I want the bias based on what the range is of the first whatever time frame I'm trading. So first real signal is not until 9 o'clock. Okay, 9 o'clock to 9:30, not a great time to trade, and that would have been a stop. Okay, $200 down. You could have re-entered. Okay, close of this candle, back below, and got some of your money back. Well, in fact, you should have got, no, we'll say 175. Okay, so we're down $25. Keep a running tally with me. 948 down to 1009, $100. So 125, 1027. What have I told you about 10 o'clock to 10:30? Change of direction. Okay. Oh, come here. Come here. Come hither. That was $100, wasn't it? Okay. So 1027. As soon as I see that going against me, I'd just kill it. If I was selling that, I would just kill it. I wouldn't take $150 stop out. All right. chances of me selling a 10:30 signal or even a 10 o'clock signal are very low. It's a change of direction. We've made the lows. We're going to get a double bottom. We're going to get a 618. You know, we start to get a changing landscape a lot of the time. Okay. She did actually put in a lower low. Look down here, around the stops. Okay. I would be doing this from this low to that high. Okay. I'd be looking for this and I'd get stopped out. That's what I'd be looking for. So, you know, you've got to be, you've just got to accept the fact that trading is trading, and you're not going to win them all. So in the way that I would have done it on the 11:15 signal, because I know what I would be looking for fib-wise, I wouldn't be taking this smack on the 11:15. I'd be waiting, because this is the break. This is the break of this level here. Okay, but we haven't broken above the EMA. So you've got a choice. You can either wait for a break above the EMA and not get stopped out from having gone long here, or you can take less risk. Yeah, $200 stop is what you need to stay in that trade. I doubt I'd have been in it. I'd have taken $100 stop, been stopped out, and then I would have waited. Okay, the wait would have happened until the EMA had turned white. Okay, I could not get long for two reasons. One, we're in a selling time. Two, it's lunchtime, and I wouldn't be trading around this time. But if you were, the place to get long is here. Okay, and you can hold that. You'd have taken a bit of heat. Your stop would have had to be $200, and you could have ridden that up to the next signal, which is 725. Okay, as I say, personally, I'm not trading at that time of day because it's right on the open. Okay, the open next week will be at 1436. This week it's here because of the time difference. So on to the open. Had you taken this signal at 1357, again, you'd have been going up into the open. There's good money to be had. There's $1,000 there, guys. Okay. Let's say 900. Okay. You've got a sell signal at the open. I'm not trading it. Trend is up. Okay. So, you know, we miss all these. We miss this signal here, miss the loss, because it's a new session. Okay, it's the 3 o'clock. It's your equivalent to our 10 o'clock, isn't it? And so you get the idea. Okay, you get the idea. Ladies and gents, we've been on this for an hour and a half now. I hope I haven't bored you. I think it's time to call it a day and just to pass it over to David, really. Moving on, you know, we've seen the signals. We've totted them up. YM $620, CL 930, crude oil 1200. I could sit here all day with you lot and basically show you how WARP works. If you come into the room, you will see how the rules are applied. When I say the rules, I mean I mean the rules. I mean the rules, which I can't get up at the moment. I mean these. This is what I mean. All of these guys. Okay. How we do this, the different patterns. Okay. Pattern one, what that is in an uptrend, the break of the top, the continuation. Okay, 933, the signal, how it turns around. You get this, print it off, stick it on your wall. Okay, learn it. I combine it with Elliott wave. I combine it with Gann support and resistance lines. Okay, they're all in the room. Ron's power zones are in the room as well, which provide magnificent support and resistance levels. You know, it's all here. This is your roadmap to trading, guys. Okay, so in the absence, let me just check and see if where David is. I've not heard from him at all.
Yeah, I'm here, Colin. How are you doing?
He is here.
Waiting
He is
for you
here.
to, yeah,
So
nice
that's fantastic.
presentation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close today, Charles, how have you found that? Was that useful for you? It's your first time in the room, you say. Just give us a. I'll leave you to think about that, Charles. But for anybody who's got any difficulties, come into the room, sign up to the room, come in for a month or two, and see how we do this. See how you turn your investment of $2,500 into money. I'm probably going to trade an evaluation account in the room. I'm going to speak to Ron about doing that. Who would be interested in coming in and joining me on that? Any of you? And you know, it's the way to do it. I have 11 PA accounts at the moment, and I'm slowly growing them. I have blown up stacks. I'm totally honest about it. You know, a 2,500 drawdown is not a lot the way we trade the Nasdaq. Okay, trading is hard. There is no two ways about it, but we are doing it. And I'm going to pass you over to David now. Okay, David is the gentleman who puts all our fantastic deals together. Thanks, Graham. And I do hope that in weeks and months to come, you'll pop into the room, come say hi, come and trade with us. And for those of you who haven't got Warp, cheers, Luch, you take care. For those of you who haven't got Warp, do speak to David. He will put together a fantastic deal for you. And Luch, I include you in that. Okay, do speak to him, see if there's a way forward with what you were doing before. David, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Colin. You're going to pass it over?
Yeah, will do. So
share or make me the organizer?
I gotta make you the organizer. How do
Something like that.
I gotta do that. This is the difficult bit.
This is the minor technicalities.
Okay, I can share the screen. I just can't share to you.
All good.
Where are you? You on my list? No, you're not.
I'm in it says staff, if that helps.
Yeah. Okay, you're not under attendees. Just bear with me. I did this nice and easily before.
Yeah, I think if you either go to file or options.
Yeah, right. Okay, file, options, that's good. Okay. View and help.
Or you find my name and then it should give you an option to click.
Yeah, I can see talking David, presenter. Come on. Change over to David. Click here to read your and chat messages. David, I'm here, Colin. Okay, this is good fun, isn't it, guys? Hey, watching GoToWebinar, nightmare, absolute nightmare. View, options, attendees. Ah, dearie me, how on earth do I change this over to you? Right, change presenter. There we go.
Got it?
There we go.
All right.
Over to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So what we need for those that do not have TimeWarp, what you're going to do is obviously come to the website and you're going to come to the product store and click on, and we've got here's on our left the TachEon TimeWarp, and that's what Colin was going through and showing you all those nice trades and all the different markets. Then we've also got Aurora, which is a plugin to the TachEon TimeWarp. And Optimus is something we're kind of in the final legs and maybe releasing. I'm not sure. We don't have a date yet, but that's our auto trader. And then Force, TachEon Force is our high-end program. So if you have any interest in any of these, feel free to give me a call or email. And it's David at backtothefuturetrading.com, or you can call or text 727-742-2626. So we'll click on the warp. And you're going to go down to, it's got all the good information, picture of Michael, to the buy now. And that's going to get us over to our screen. We're buying it, and I'll give you the promo code, and then that's including the 25% off Colin's, the pro training room that Colin's running, or you can go to the checkout without the pro room training. Totally up to you. And then our purchase agreement, you'll read through all this. A lot of questions are on computers. Michael always is basically, if you have a computer within the last 4 or 5 years, it's going to work. And then the rest of our disclaimers and all the other information, you then click on the box, and they get you over to the TimeWarp for $2,495. And we'll just put in the warp off, WARPOFF, and that's going to get you right to the 1995, the $2,000. So that way you have that. You can come in and use your debit card, credit card, the PayPal Pay Later, or even just the regular PayPal. And the PayPal Later is, the PayPal credit. And this is our full, obviously, TimeWarp that Colin was just going through. And that gives you 2 lifetime licenses. Rachel will also install this on our side for you for free. All you do is you get on her calendar. You're also going to have lifetime free updates to TimeWarp. And we also have a Skype group, which is nice because Michael posts in there. All our members are in there posting and actually answering questions too. So it's a great resource. It's a great community, and everyone's in there, from our new traders to our very experienced traders. Everyone's sharing and helping each other out. So if you do not have TimeWarp, feel free to go right here and pick it up, or you can give me a call. I'm happy to go over. We got some other deals I can do too. Give me a ring, 727-742-2626, or you can just email me too, David at backtothefuturetrading.com. So look forward to talking with you, or emailing or texting, whatever you prefer, and get you on board and get you making some money and become a profitable trader. So I appreciate you sticking around for the whole presentation, and let's get you off that trading treadmill to nowhere and into the profitable window and making some money. Thank you, and have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.